Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is September 29th. I'm Alexa Cruiser.
And I am Owen Gorsuch. Welcome back to Xavier News.
After 146 days of dedication, the Writers Guild of America are returning to work after a very successful strike. The writers have secured much of what they asked for, including increased pay, benefits, residuals, and AI insurance. While this is great news for screenwriters, the Screen Actors Guild, also known as SAG-AFTRA, is still on strike, having not yet reached a new deal. They are set to resume negotiations on Monday.
On October 4th, the business clubs will be presenting a Meet the Dean event, in which students of the Williams College of Business will be able to ask questions to the new dean, Dr. Marco Pagani. The event will be held in the Kennedy Auditorium from 5 to 6 p.m., and the attire is business casual.
It's official. On February 11th, the Super Bowl 58 halftime show will be performed by none other than 8-time Grammy winner and music megastar Usher. This is the very first time Usher is headlining the Super Bowl, having previously performed alongside the Black Eyed Peas and Slash in 2011. Usher has already showcased his excitement for the upcoming performance, stating how he's always wanted to check a Super Bowl performance off his bucket list. With hit songs such as Yeah and Burn, it's clear that this will be an entertaining performance which could potentially go down in the history books.
Ever wonder what household items Xavier students would be? Luke Sherman has a scoop with this week's question of the week.
My name is Luke Sherman, and your question of the week for this week is, if you were a household object, what would you be and why?
I would be a towel because I'm very versatile.
Good answer.
I would probably say a toilet because I'm full of crap. I think I'd be a stuffed animal because they make people's days better, and I like to make people's days better.
That is an incredibly wholesome answer. Now, Kira, if you were a household object, what would you be and why?
I would be a bed because I like to sleep.
I'd be a mini fridge because I love my drinks.
You'd be a mini fridge, not a normal fridge. You seem like a regular-sized guy, not a mini-sized guy.
I guess that is true. So more drinks, I guess.
So a regular-sized fridge.
Yeah.
I'd be a TV so that when you turn me on, you could always watch something interesting.
I'd say I'd be a textbook.
And why is that?
Because I'm full of information, but nobody reads me anyways.
What subject would a textbook be for?
I don't know.
I'd be a game console so they could play myself whenever I want.
What game would be in your game console?
Oh, that's a tough one. It pretty much just Assassin's Creed. I'd play that all the time.
I would be a freezer because I got ice in my veins and I'm always on top.
Well, you know, I'm very glad you didn't give us the cold shoulder today.
So Alexa, what household item would you be?
I don't know. I've never really thought about that, but considering I share a name with the device, probably Amazon Alexa.
Good option. I would say a dictionary because just like a dictionary, I'm also full of information.
An asteroid sample collected by NASA has touched down on Earth, giving scientists the opportunity to learn a bit more about our universe. 7 years after launching into space, the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft flew by Earth to deliver a pristine sample of a near-Earth asteroid, Bennu. OSIRIS-REx lifted off in 2016 and began orbiting Bennu in 2018. The spacecraft had traveled 3.86 billion miles total as part of its mission. Scientists conclude that studying the sample could reveal key information about the origins of our universe, with asteroids like Bennu colliding with Earth early during the planet's formation. OSIRIS-REx will continue its tour of space to capture a detailed look at another asteroid, Apophis, under the new name OSIRIS-APEX.
At last Sunday's round of the Formula One World Championship, the Japanese Grand Prix, it was a return to normalcy as Max Verstappen won ahead of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. This win clinched Red Bull's 6th Constructors' Championship, and the next race will be in Qatar on October 8th.
Unity, a cross-platform 2D and 3D game engine, announced just under 2 weeks ago that they would be shifting their pricing model. Starting January next year, games developed using their engine would be forced to pay 20 cents per install of their game. This radical shift was met with outrage by its users, as free games, bundles, reinstallation of games, and piracy would cause a huge loss in income for developers. This would be applied to all games retroactively and to developers and games of any size, effectively making the engine unusable for small-time indie developers. However, on the 25th, Unity adjusted this new pricing model after the massive backlash it received. Now, only games with over 1 million in revenue or 1 million downloads will be charged per install, and the update will no longer affect games already released. However, we can expect to see developers be slow to trust Unity again.
Looking for things to do throughout this weekend? Here are some fun SAC and Cincinnati events that are coming your way. This past Wednesday, SAC kicked it off with the Barbie-themed party featuring local Cincinnati drag queens and ended with a showing of the Barbie movie. Food Truck Friday continues with a funnel cake, food truck, and a petting zoo from 3 to 5 p.m. On Sunday, Xavier students are taking a trip to the Cincinnati Zoo at 1:30 for a day filled with fun. Purchasing the required $10 ticket also comes with 10 free zoo bucks. And to wrap things up, the Muskie Flea Market is back this Sunday from 12 to 4. Be sure to follow the Xavier SAC Instagram for all upcoming Xavier and Cincinnati events.
XUTVA's song recommendation for this week is the hip-hop track Bonfire by Childish Gambino, also known as Donald Glover. Bonfire is the third track from Glover's first studio album, Camp, in 2011. Give it a listen.
And that's all from the news desk.
We will be right back after the break with the latest in pop culture.
Peasley Neighborhood Center is a peaceful place in Over the Rhine where residents create and engage in participatory education to foster creative expression, self-determination, and social change. Peasley Neighborhood Center was formerly a CPS elementary school serving primarily African American and Appalachian families living in Over the Rhine. In the early 1980s, the district decided to close the school despite it being a high-performing school academically. And the parents of students here and other neighborhood residents fought really hard to keep the school open, but ultimately were unsuccessful. And then they said, well, we know how this story goes. You'll sell this building to a developer for $1 who will privatize it, and then there goes our center of community, our cultural resource. So sell it instead to us, to the community. The district charged the community not $1, but twice its appraised value. And they said, okay, if you can come up with $240,000 in a year, we'll sell the building to you. Instead of getting mad, they got to work. In a year, they had raised $209,239.13. So on December 14th, 1984, the keys to the building were finally handed over and Peasley was born.
Because our organization grew out of a social justice movement, we always kind of talk about that movement and the different organizations and or people as like different spokes kind of coming out of a bicycle wheel. And so at the center, it's the need for like meeting folks' basic human needs, but the different spokes kind of offer different opportunities. So one is through housing, and Peasley's kind of spoke is always through creative expression and the need that at our core, we all have a desire and a need to create and have opportunities to create, but oftentimes with folks who don't have a lot of money in their pockets, they're not afforded that opportunity. And so I feel like that need that Peasley was set to meet almost 40 years ago still is necessary in this neighborhood, specifically for, again, people living with low incomes, but also for people of color, people from other marginalized identities, because oftentimes there's not a lot of space for creativity or creative expression in like mainstream media. And so the little neighborhood centers like Peaslee like really matter in meeting that need, not only in this neighborhood, but in neighborhoods like it throughout the country.
Good afternoon, Musketeers. It's time to talk about our pop culture.
My name is Luke Sherman.
And I'm Maite Delgado.
Now let's kick things off today by talking about the live-action One Piece show. Are you a fan of the One Piece anime?
I mean, it's not really the kind of genre that I usually watch, but it's definitely interesting. I mean, there's a lot of different anime to intake, so it's hard to choose from, especially.
Yeah. This one's 1,000 episodes.
Wow.
I don't get how you watch other anime and still watch this one. It's just so much to watch through, hours upon hours.
Yeah, with what time?
Yeah.
I mean, it's something definitely really cool to see how they packed it all in, and something that a lot of newbies could watch, and something that, you know, more casual viewers could intake.
Oh, definitely. They took 60 episodes from the anime and condensed it into 8 episodes in this live action, taking all those hours and just making it much more manageable for casual viewers. People want the story without putting in that serious time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone online can agree that this is the first successful live action anime, and that's really something interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people that are more into that are going to be really excited about.
Oh, definitely. I've seen some live action anime adaptations before, and they were horrible. This new One Piece one, though, is amazing. I really enjoyed it. I had never seen One Piece before this. I watched it, and I was engrossed. I loved it, and I'm so excited for the new season to come out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, hopefully this is something that other animes and other producers and shows could take into account, use it as an example for sure.
The live action One Piece is now streaming only on Netflix.
Now let's move on and talk about video games. Have you heard about the new Mortal Kombat game?
Oh, I'm such a big fan of Mortal Kombat. I've been playing Mortal Kombat 1, the new one, to death. Came out last Tuesday, and I've put in hours and upon hours already.
Yeah, it's definitely something I grew up playing. I mean, I did that as a kid, and seeing that come back into the mainstream, I mean, it's such an ancient game at this point. It's like a classic. And
30 years old.
Yeah, I mean, seeing all this all happen and coming back it's really cool to see all the differences now.
Now, we played it together. What did you feel about it as a first-time player?
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it. It was interesting to see all the new differences, which were really, really cool. And, I mean, I got to win a couple times. You won too. It was fun. It was lots of fun. But, yeah, what do you think about the new differences?
Oh, all the new differences. They completely changed the backstory of pretty much every character. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, the two main people in it, are brothers now. They're not enemies.
That's insane.
Completely changed their backstory, changed their names. They have completely new abilities, a bunch of different stuff. It's so good to breathe this breath of fresh air into the series after so long, really bring it to the new generation. The game is truly a triumph. It's amazing. All the changes are amazing. And anyone interested should check it out. It's now on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Now it's time to talk celebrity relationships.
There's been so many nasty breakups this year. It's insane.
Oh, tell me about it. It's been so heartbreaking.
It's all over the tabloids. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner separated after 4 years of marriage.
That hurt. That was personal to me, and that was all my childhood, and I'm upset. We're all upset.
I used to watch him on Disney Channel, and now he's going through this.
It's crazy. Yeah, and speaking of childhood TV shows, did you hear about Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez? After 3-year marriage, they broke up.
Oh, man. I heard that she was cheating on him with Ethan Slater.
I know. I mean, it's been everywhere. Can we say? I mean, it's been a little frequent in her past. With the
It's Ariana being Ariana again.
Yeah.
Like, really?
I mean, all the love, but it's true, and I feel so bad for their significant others, and the newborn baby is like it's just awful. It's just an awful situation, I'm sure, for everyone.
I don't know. So hopefully she stops doing that in the future.
Yeah, and Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Furness divorced after 27 years together.
27 years?
That's
so tragic.
So
they went through so much together, and now they're separated.
It's really disappointing, for sure.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
It's so heartbreaking.
But it's not all bad news for celebrities. So.
Yeah, no, not at all. New relationships are blossoming too. Pete Davidson is now dating Outer Banks star Madeline Klein.
Yeah, and Timothée Chalamet with Kylie Jenner, all the photos of their casual relationship that they've been seen through. So
that's a weird relationship, I feel like. They seem like from two different worlds.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I'm here for it. I feel like it's very much the new stars of Vogue. I could see it on a magazine already, for sure.
Captain America himself, Chris Evans, also is dating his girlfriend Alba Baptista. He's now married to her.
That's insane. I know all the ladies everywhere are jealous of her right now.
Oh, as am I. Chris Evans. I mean, he's Captain America, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just American running everywhere. Everyone's upset, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Last but not least, Taylor Swift has been seen multiple times with Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, no, that's insane. Literally worlds colliding right in front of us. I mean, I'm a huge football fan, love Taylor. It's just insane seeing everyone come together. It's crazy.
Yeah, it brings all the Swifties and the football people together for once.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I love seeing it. It's a good match and just all the people coming together for...
Definition of a power couple.
Literally. Yeah. Such a fan.
And that's all for our pop culture segment this time.
See you next time for more juicy gossip and the nitty-gritty on Who's With Who.
Hi, my name is Ryan Saki, and this is Xavier Weekend Weather Report. For Friday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 77 and a low of 59. For Saturday, it will be sunny with a high of 80 and a low of 57. And for Sunday, it will be sunny with a high of 82 and a low of 57. This has been your Xavier Weekend Weather Report. Now to Drew with sports.
Hello everybody, my name is Drew Collins and you're watching the Sports Report. Another busy week for sports in the Tri-State, beginning with professional sports. The Cincinnati Bengals finally scored their first win of the season on Monday Night Football in their Super Bowl rematch against the Rams. The 1-2 Bengals now travel to Nashville to take on the 1-2 Titans. No doubt, even with Joe Burrow playing through his calf injury, the Bengals should win this one to make it a 2-2 record. And now to Xavier Sports. On Thursday, the women's soccer team beat Villanova 1-0. They now have a record of 9-2-1 and are third in the Big East rankings. They will face Seton Hall on Sunday. The women's tennis will compete in the Hoosier Classic today, at the ITA Women's All-American Championship tomorrow, and men's tennis will compete at the Youngstown State Invitational today as well. Good luck to our tennis teams. The swim team travels to Louisville to compete against the Cardinals. Cross country also heads to Louisville to take place in the Louisville Classic. And the men's soccer team is on a bit of a cold streak as of late. They fell to number 16th ranked Georgetown at Coke Run Field over the weekend and look to have a bounce-back win against Creighton tonight at 8:30. The volleyball team upset a number 11th ranked Creighton Blue Jays last Saturday. That's a big one, and now they are set to face Villanova tonight at 7 and Georgetown tomorrow. A long road trip for the ladies' Big East play. They now have a record of 9-4 and are second in the Big East. And last but not least, men's golf will travel to St. Hartford, Connecticut to face the Huskies and others in the UConn Invitational. Well, that's a wrap on the Sports Report this week. Go X!